Hi, I'm Sterling. Come on in. The water's dark, but it's probably fine. Thanks for joining me. This is a story about clouds, both light and heavy. It is titled The Friendly Skies. Water is closer to other worlds than we know. Or maybe we do know. We've all heard of the songs that call the young sailor, the deep fathoms mystique of the sea, the spirits of rivers and lakes, Excalibur held aloft above calm waters. Some of us hear them whispering of those other worlds, but elsewhere is not always safe. It took me a long time to learn that. My lesson started when I was small and lonely, in a new place without any new friends. My parents had their own troubles and sorrows, though I didn't understand them well at the time, and when they sat in frosty silence I would escape, lie on the rolling hills, and speak to the skies. Mostly the skies just roiled on. But I listened, because I hadn't much else to do. My father didn't approve of the kind of books I wanted to read. For him, learning was either practical or it was worthless. I wonder now whether the same principle eventually came to be applied to my mother. But the depth of sadness in that line of thinking is too great to pursue, except in the quietest moments when I don't mind savoring a little pathos. I listened, and heard the wind and the small life that lives in uncut grasses or tunnels just beneath, the nearby birds, the faint sounds of the faraway road. It must have been weeks before I heard my name. "Jeremy," it whispered, carried down through nearly still eddies of wind. I sat up, I remember, thinking I had fallen asleep, that it was the sliver of a dream. Or maybe I had just heard my name the way you do sometimes when things are quiet and no one is there. "Look," it said, and I did, and the cloud had formed into something like a J. I was just beginning to learn how to write my name, sometimes did it in the sand that bordered a nearby pond. "Hello," I said, awestruck, but only for a moment, and not at all in the way a grown-up would have been. Children live in a world of magic already. It doesn't give them much pause to have it happen bare and burning in their presence. "We are within the sky water. We see from behind it," they said, and I understood now that a "they" was what I was talking to, behind the reality of the everyday on which my father so firmly insisted. That was the beginning. The clouds told me things I didn't always understand, often things about grown-ups in the town. I'm not sure they understood either, and perhaps that was why they spoke to me, because I told them what it was like to be a small child living unsure of both parents and future in a small town at the edge of hills. As I grew older, I began to understand more, and wasn't always sure I liked it. Mrs. Copeland was probably cheating on her husband, because the water and steam of the shower had seen her with her paramour. Mr. Kent had committed suicide in his bathtub, muttering and crying about the diagnosis and what was and wasn't bearable. Yes, there were happy things too. Stories of children playing in the waterhole, a man grinning like an idiot in the fog of his mirror as he shaved for a second date when the first had gone well. But after a while, I no longer wanted to hear other people's stories. As I grew, I became too focused on my own. And my parents, though now they lived in 2 houses rather than 1. It was better that way, honestly. My father could still be difficult, but I would rather he ignore me on his weekends than both me and my mother. I no longer had to see her hurt, and mine was manageable. Besides, I had made friends now. One girl I had made more than friends. Or I thought so. She said so. But then I heard a whisper again from a passing cloud while looking up with puppy-love teenage infatuation at what I thought was a wonderful sky. "She has done the same as you with another. She cries about it in the shower, but does it anyway. Does it in his car, windows fogged with their breath." I was startled now, no longer the dreamy acceptance of a small child, and I didn't want to believe it. Couldn't. But I knew the car they were talking about, and I followed it one night. She said she had too much homework. It was true, and I wept, and my anger was misdirected. I shouted up to the clouds, and they were dark and heavy, and when the girl and her new boy heard and came out from the car, the rain let loose. "Run," they said. "Our anger is kindled on your behalf. Run." I did not, but I backed away, And then the flash came. I was knocked off my feet, blinded for more than an hour, head full of ringing unrealities, 1,000 voices from each drop of the sheeting rain. The lightning had killed them both. I went to the funeral at my mother's insistence, of the girl anyway, numb. No one to talk to, no one to tell about my fault, my blame. I broke. I began yelling at the sky. The priest, who I think had seen this sort of thing before, ran over to me, but he was too late. A great pillar of gray and white came down, snatched me up, carried me away. I can still see the astonishment on their faces. I read about it in the paper from 3 towns over, near where I had been set down. No one recognized me. The caress of the clouds had changed my face. It was hardened now and fey. People would say I was handsome, but clearly be slightly uncomfortable as they said it. And they said it in every place I stopped as I ran, first to Nevada, then down to Mexico, finding the driest deserts, finding them wanting every time. There were always whispers. Over the years, wandering Mexico, I picked up enough Spanish to get by. Then one day in a cantina, I heard someone mention the Atacama, driest place on earth, down in northern Chile. So that's how I got here, and that's why I stay, drinking dead bottled water and bathing with a sponge. Still, this place has its own sort of beauty so long as you stay inland away from the sea. I'll give you a tour. Just do me a favor. On your flight back, whisper to the clouds. I do miss them. I am sorry. But I cannot bear their friendship anymore. Hey, thanks for listening. That was The Friendly Skies from my short story anthology, Windows in the Dark. There's a link in the description if you'd like to read more, and if you'd like to hear more, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep you posted.